Hello and welcome to Jackazzstudio.
So hello folks and welcome to Jackazzstudio. Today we're gonna look at happiness, so please enjoy. Remember to subscribe if you like it. I hope you like it. So let's watch happiness.
So, to get things going, I want to ask you a question. The question is, how happy are you? How happy is your life? It's a very vague question, but try to answer it in your head. Put it on a scale from 1 to 10. Now, this question has been asked over and over again across many countries and across thousands, many thousands of people. And almost nobody answers 10, but most people do think that they're substantially happier than the midpoint. Common answers are 7 and 8. So one study did this across 42 countries, and they found that none of them had an average happiness under 5. In this one study, the most happy were the Swiss, the most miserable were Bulgarians, and the Americans racked up as pretty happy on the happy scale. Now, I'm going to use these numbers for a lot of studies we're going to talk about later on, and it's worthwhile being skeptical as to what these answers can mean. So I do think that your answer to the question has some real value. It predicts all sorts of aspects of your life. It seems to have real meaning, but at the same time, any single rating isn't perfectly reliable and can be swayed by small effects. So in one study, for instance, they tested people in a psychology department, and half of the people, right before they were asked how happy they were, found a dime. The other half didn't. It turned out, when asked how good your whole life is, the people who found a dime were happier. In a similar result, people are more positive about their whole life when you ask them on sunny days. When it's a rainy day, people are not less positive about their whole life, unless you remind them of the weather. Once they know about the weather, they can use this information to recalibrate and then be more accurate. So, what is happiness? Well, we have an evolutionary answer. Happiness for an evolutionary psychologist is a goal state that animals have evolved to pursue. When you're happy, that means your needs have been satisfied. So for instance, hunger is unpleasant. If you're really hungry, you'll be miserable. But being full is pleasant. And so you're satiated and you're happy. And Steve Pinker sums this up quite nicely. He notes, we are happier when we are healthy, well-fed, comfortable, safe, prosperous, knowledge, respected, non-celibate, and loved. And if you look in your life and you could tick off all of these things, then my bet is that you are pretty darn happy. But then Pinker notes himself that it's not quite that simple. And there's a couple of reasons why. There's a couple of facts that should shake your perception that happiness is a simple matter. One is that people right now, Americans in the 21st century, and many of you from outside this United States who are listening to this and watching this, you're healthier, better fed, safer than just any other time in history, but you don't seem to be happier. So it's not like people get progressively happier as their status in life increases. Also, there are individual differences in happiness. We would all be in the same community. We all have our basic needs met. And, but some people are very happy, and some people aren't happy at all. And to explain these facts and to learn a little bit more about what makes us happy and how happiness works and how one can cultivate happiness in one's life, we need to keep in mind 3 quite surprising facts about happiness.